motorcycle lane. Yeah, so that's about almost half the room. So I'm not part of her family. I know most of them. We're
Yes,
very
you are.
good friends. We're brothers and sisters. Well, I'm not a sister, but they're my sisters. But I'm part of her biker community family, and she was my sister. She was very close to me. Before I start, I have a few acknowledgments to make. And some very special friends of mine, some very special friends of Tanis, made a significant journey to be here. First, there's Ellen from Colville, Washington, who rode her Spyder up, and she's participated in a couple of congas with Flo. And then Annie from Vancouver. Lonnie drove up from Vancouver, Washington. Karen from Victoria. Jen, I don't know where you are now, but then I know. These are people that have been very important to me over the years in motorcycling. But all of these, none more special to me than Diana Ashley. Diana is from Spokane, and her and Flo have been friends for 7 years, as a result of Conga. A couple of people that couldn't be here, Rob, Diane Ward, specifically asked me to tell you that she wanted to be here so badly, but she is very, very sick, and she's on oxygen. She can't get out of her house, she said. But she wanted me to specifically tell you that she wanted to be here. She sends her love to you and the family. And then Martina in Grand Forks. Her and Melvin were trying to come out, but they couldn't arrange it. Martina's life was changed just before Conga 7 in Grand Forks, when she ran into Flo, Brad 7, I think. And there's a special story there, and I'll get to that in a few minutes. I first met Flo about 12 years ago. I was working at the Biker Leather Shop on top of Mission Hill in Courtney. And she came in, blonde hair, lovely, kind of freaky looking actually at the time. All excited about riding a motorcycle. And she wanted to biker leather herself up. And being the guy that I am, I helped her put on some chaps. Just the thing that I did, customer service. Well, I'm down to my knees. I wasn't proposing. I said, you can get 10% off these chaps. Oh, really? How? Save a buck, that's Flo. Join the Southern Cruisers Riding Club. Really? What's that? It's a motorcycle riding club. Oh, bike club. Yeah, awesome. She joined, got her 10% off. As I'm filling out the application, I said, what's your nickname? I don't know. People just call me Barbara Flo. Let's go with the flow. So we got her a patch, 3 letters, FLO. And officially became, Flo was her riding name. Then, not too long after that, she was graduated up to a 1300cc Honda. That's right, Honda. You can say it, you Harley riders. We did an interior trip. I don't know, 12, 15 bikes. And as we were getting off the ferry, I was tail gunning because that's what I did. I was on a Gold Wing, a big bike, which I was very uncomfortable on because I'm a wuss. I'll get to that later. But as we got off the ferry, all the other bikes managed to turn onto the sea of the sky. We were heading towards Squamish and then up into the interior. And for some reason, she got spooked. Some guy on a Harley, not in our group, went by her. She just about dropped the bike, and she managed to regain her composure. And I said, don't go until you're feeling comfortable and the traffic's there. Don't worry about the cars behind us, they'll wait. So finally she got going, and I just yelled at her, just go at your own pace. I'll be right behind you. We got all the way to Squamish, and we pulled into a parking lot just before we met up with the rest of the group. And she said, man, I wish I could ride properly. And that ended up becoming a reality. A couple years later, we were on another trip, and again, there's controversy and there's all kinds of problems in group rides sometimes. There's a little pettiness goes on. And I have a tendency to turn everything into something sexual. It's just who I am. Sorry. You're kind of hot. Sort of. I have to say it to her. She gave me the nickname One Track. And it never stopped. She just kept giving nicknames. That was her thing. She found something unique about you, she gave you a nickname. A few in this room that I know, Lone Wolf, Lady Di, Queen, Fancy Pants, all these nicknames came from associations with Flo. And then when I got my Spyder, I just became Spidey to her. So I was always Spidey. She never called me Mark, I was always Spidey. She's down in Mexico. She's on these forums, Delphi forums and whatnot, women who ride. And somehow she got in contact with Donna Palladino. Donna Palladino and her husband run a company called Ride Like a Pro, who teach people how to ride bikes like motorcycle policemen do. And they're professionals. Somehow she got the idea to buy this motorcycle. Some people disagreed, some people agreed. She bought it anyway, but she was really afraid to ride it home. And with our contacts in the Southern Cruises and her contacts with the women who ride, she had people, like has been said, who rode with her all the way home. Others from the local area, her friends that she made on the island, went down to meet her, and they brought her home, her brothers. When she got to Nanaimo, like you heard, Czech TV was there and recorded her. Some of you have seen that on Facebook recently. If you haven't, go, like everybody says, just Google her name. You won't have time to watch them all in this lifetime. It's just too much. She got the parts full, it was pissing down rain. Oh, can I say piss? Oh yeah, I'm not TV. And I was on my Spyder and I happened to hook up with her there. And she was cold, it was obvious, it was very wet. I'd never been in rain like that. We got to Bowser, the 4-lane at Bowser, all of a sudden the sun came out and holy smoke, she took off like a bat out of hell. And by the time we got to Courtney, she was done, she was exhausted. We peeled her off her bike, took her shoes off, took her gloves off, put some warm shoes and a blanket around her, threw her in Judy's car, and I got to ride that bike to Campbell River. I finished the conga, the first conga for her. Why is it called conga? Anybody know why it's called conga? Rhetorical question. It's because on that first trip, people were joining the line and leaving the line. That's what a conga is. You step in, you step out. And it took off. The next year, same thing. She bought another bike. She rode it home, but this time, she had a huge following. Well, a bigger following. It gets huge later. This time she had people following her almost all the way, and it was quite a celebration when she got home. And it was now it was officially a conga. It was something that was going to happen. She was raising money. Oh, and the first conga, she wasn't sure how she was going to get home or what the point of it all was, other than she wanted to buy this bike and bring it home. And I offered her a $10 donation for each state. If she got gas there, I would give her a $10 bill for that. And that took off, so it became a fundraiser. That was one of the ideas anyways. And she raised a few dollars. Second trip, a ton more money. But this time when she got home, she had a huge following. And at this point, she'd already taken that Ride Like a Pro course, and she now knew how to ride her bike like a pro. And to this day, I have seen very few women, I have seen very few men who can ride a motorcycle like Flo could at one time. And it was quite spectacular. She started passing on her knowledge all up and down the island. Port Alberni in the parking lot there, Campbell River in the parking lots here, Courtney, and even people from Victoria were coming up and joining in with her. And it was decided to do a conga 3. This time it was more of a meet in the middle. People from all over, Florida, just all over. And they were all meeting in, I guess it was Wyoming. I didn't go, but Wyoming. And it was a huge following. And there's some great videos recently, again, on Facebook, YouTube, about Conga 3. It was quite popular. 4, 5, 6, again, huge following. There are probably, between all the circles of all her friends that know her, there's probably 8 to 10,000 people that have been associated with one way or another with congas across North America. And even the Pacific Northwest, they had a conga there that was organized by a completely different group that Flo took part in. When she got home from that second conga, she started a ladies riding group sort of thing. And I think they called it Vancouver Island Lady Riders. We changed the name after she moved to Grand Forks to Very Important Lady Riders, because that's how I feel about them. And they started making a few of us select men Cabana Boys. Eric, Carl, and me. I think we were the first 3, weren't we? And I still wear my patch of pride. My other jacket's got a really, really worn patch, but it'll never come off. That vest will always be worn, and I'm very proud of that. As a matter of fact, our absolute newest Cabana Boy is Melvin, who's Martina's husband in Grand Forks, and he's organizing the ride on July 1st, the memorial ride there on her behalf. That's what Cabana Boys do. We support the women who ride. We love them, we take care of them, and we do what we can to make their life, well, special. I hope. I got the mic, I can say what I want. Conga 7. Conga 7, it was starting, not fizzle out, but it was starting to lose its mojo. Flo was getting tired. Not of the conga necessarily, but it was a lot of work to put these on. And she just moved to Grand Forks. She didn't have as much free riding time. She just loved garage sailing. She just loved working in her yard. If you see any pictures that she's posted on her yard, it's incredible. Her and Martina started, making these outdoor lawn ornament things and just posting them and selling them and having a great time. So Conga 7 ended up being hosted in Grand Forks, in a community between Martina and Flo and Diana and a few others that were supporting her and Judy at the time. Grand Forks got behind us, and we had a pretty good turnout in Grand Forks. But there was something special that happened. Martina's brother, injured many years ago, basically a paraplegic in a wheelchair, he wanted to be involved somehow. Everybody was getting all pinked out. And we have what's called a pinkest ride competition in these congas sometimes. And so everybody pinked out their bikes. There's probably 25 bikes there, and a wheelchair covered in pink. Some of you have probably seen some of those pictures. Well, when it came time to award the prize for the pinkest ride, I was the judge. It was a no-brainer. We chose Dale, Martina's brother. And Dale got the prize for the pinkest ride. And he was, no pun intended, tickled pink by all of that. Dale died a couple months later. And that was sad. As a Cabana Boy, on behalf of some of the other Cabana Boys that had been there, I decided I would ride out there and went to his funeral, and we made him a Cabana Boy too, an honorary Cabana Boy. And that was special. And then one of the things about Conga 7 that disappointed me was I knew I was going to meet some special people there who I'd read about on all these forums. Diana, who was there. Lonnie couldn't come. Her husband Ray was diagnosed with cancer just before that, and they canceled. They couldn't come, so I was disappointed I wouldn't see her. Donna Palladino was going to come, but she got sick and couldn't come. But that doesn't change anything. It was an amazing time. And then Lonnie's husband in January passed away, and I made the trip down as a Cabana Boy too, to go and see them on behalf of Flo, because nobody else was able to go. And Diana came, and we shared that same kind of experience as this. Just memories and a good time and good family and good friends, and that's what keeps people going. Last summer, I had 4 pages of notes. I whittled it down to this. I'm not even reading it. I'm going to tie it up here pretty quick. Last summer, I had the summer off, and I took off on my bike and went up to Grand Forks a couple of times, and then towards the end of my time off, I decided to go see Flo one last time. And I rode out there, and while we were there, we had a really good time with her and Rob. And I got to meet Donna and Ron, beautiful people. I had a wonderful time with you. It was special that I got to share my last trip, and you were part of that. You'll always be my friends with that, and how special you were to her. But then we rode down into Washington State, me and Flo, and went and visited Ellen, and then over to the river at Diana's place. And these were 7 or 8 days that I got to spend with Flo last summer. And for me, in all the years that I've been riding, I've never had a more enjoyable holiday with more enjoyable people and had more relaxation and comfort and warmth than I felt riding with Flo, riding with Diana. And so, I'm just one of many, many people who have been touched by Tanis, as some of you know her, Flo as I know her. I just had to say something on behalf of some of the biker community about what she meant to us. And if you have any doubts about how powerful she was in the motorcycle community, and Okay, obviously, paint the conga and what it stood for and what it's done. Like it's been said 3 or 4 times, all you have to do is Google ride like women who ride conga. Go on to Facebook. Just find any one of the friends and family that's here, and you'll be able to find the links. Just do it for your own peace of mind, just to understand what's going on. But one thing about Flo is she didn't like attention. She never liked to be out front. She was there, and she was only there because people held her up. All along, she's had friends that have supported her and encouraged her and held her up. And most of them have been fellow women riders, female riders. And most of them are still on their motorcycles, or still love to see a motorcycle, touch it, stroke it, right, Judy? But one thing about Flo is, if she was watching us, or she is watching us, but if she was here, she'd be in the back of the room going, whatever. That's what Flo says. She doesn't like attention. So anyways, I'm going to wrap it up, just because I don't know what else to say. Carl, Eric, Doris, all the other sisters and brothers that I can't remember all their names. We love you. On behalf of the Cabana Boys that are associated with Flo, I bring a message of greeting and love and compassion to your family. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to say a couple of words to you all. I'm very proud to have known her.